How y'all doing? Episode number 5. You know, we down a player. Vante, get well soon.
Shout out to my little bro Vante. Get well. Use them Jamaican remedies.
Yes, sir.
I told you what to do.
My fellow Pisces. Battle rapper to my right.
You heard? The old man B.
I'm the middle child. My name is Anthony Collins. And, you know,
Hitting.
this right here gets you nice. So, how was your week?
Week was good, honestly. Got a lot of work done. I watched a lot of not TV because I don't really watch TV. I watched a lot of documentaries though, and a lot of interviews. I watched the Mello All the Smoke. That was a good interview. I watched Mello $1 million worth of game. That was a good interview because he touched home. He don't talk about after his success.
Mm-hmm.
He talk about everything before it. So he's talking about how he grew up, how he moved from Brooklyn, from the P's in Brooklyn, then he moved
to the
Maryland,
projects.
you heard? To the projects, and he said at the time he moved out there, that's when the Wire was popping. So like it was real. He had to go through a lot of shit. And he said he was really tapped into the streets. Like he was really in the streets and shit. And he just like kept it so official. It was like an organic interview. Like this, it was just like so dope. And he got a book out too. I'm gonna get that book. I'm definitely gonna get that book. I want to read that shit.
Yeah, I like that. I like that interview with him on $1 million worth of game. He tapped into like talking about who his dad is and how his dad impact on his life, his mom, and like him thinking the P's was just like the way we see it in New York, as opposed to when you go out of state, it's just a bunch of houses that's like clumped together, looking like you put Monopoly houses together.
Yep, definitely.
And he like, you know, the difference between East Baltimore and West, his struggles early in his career and the reality check and David Stern telling him like, yo, cut your ish.
Like you know what's going on. You gotta pick a side.
And he was right. They painted him as a villain and LeBron as the hero. And it's cool that they stayed brothers throughout that because that didn't make you look at somebody a certain way or somebody look at you a certain way because it's like, why am I being painted as a bad guy? This guy's a good guy. And let's be real. All due respect to LeBron, he jerked Melo out that rookie of the year.
Facts.
He won more games, averaged more points.
They went to playoffs.
Went to the playoffs. Probably averaged more rebounds. He just averaged less assists. But the whole point of playing is to get to the playoffs. He made the playoffs in the West.
Word. First year.
That team won, 17 games before he got there?
It was him, JR.
Kmart, Camby,
yeah.
Nene, Andre Miller, DeMar Johnson.
Squad.
I think Dante Jones came after. He probably was there too.
That was a cool squad. You know
all
what,
the niggas is tough.
You know what probably helped with that with like him understanding the villain and the good guy shit when he was like that when he first met LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
And they met in the hotel, and Braun walked up to him like, yo, you Mello? And they sat down and they just talked for like hours, he said. For hours. Like, them being together for all them years, like, that shit probably helped too. Because they already knew each other. And they already knew each other's background, where they came from. So, that shit is dope. They gotta win it.
Melo's been on like a good run of good interviews. He's a great interview. He talked about how people turned their back on him when he got, annexed out the league.
Yeah.
Like, they was really not trying to let him back in the league. Like, they was paying all type of bad perceptions. And it's like, it's not that he didn't work in Denver. I mean, in OKC. They already had their plan, how they was going to play off of Westbrook and build around Paul George. Then Melo came at the end after they already set that plan, and Billy Donovan had to adjust. He didn't adjust it. And they still were good early on in that season. What happened to them? They got hurt when Roberson went down. Because remember, they clapped Cleveland. Who else was a tough team? They clapped all the tough teams that year. Cleveland, They clapped Golden State.
They started losing when Roberson went down.
Yeah.
They had no defender. That hurt them bad.
Yep, they clapped Golden State by like 31 games.
That hurt
They
them
put
bad.
like 150 up in regulation against Cleveland. It was clapping dudes. Like they had one of the better records, and they was still gelling. Then Roberson went down, and they went down. They didn't have that defender no more. And you haven't seen him since.
Definitely haven't seen him since.
To me, he was the best defender in the league at that time.
He was definitely clamps down.
And
Definitely clamps down.
And then he goes to Houston. Think I'm gonna go with my brother Chris Paul. I'm gonna be alright. But D'Antoni
He played like 10 games.
D'Antoni still had a little spite from Melo basically getting him up out of there in New York.
Yeah.
I just think he has like bad luck because Mike Woodson gets fired. A season removed from winning 50+ games.
Yeah, he gonna have good luck this year, baby. Word up. It's coming home. It's coming home.
Laker fan.
I also watched another documentary, right? I watched Magic Johnson shit. Interesting. And I had a moment to myself while I thought about this. If Magic Johnson doesn't get AIDS, right? Does AIDS get the awareness that it did at that time? And like I was old enough to know what was going on, but I didn't understand it. Like I seen it, Magic Johnson got AIDS. I knew what AIDS was. I didn't understand it though. But now that I'm older and after watching it, I'm asking myself and I'm trying to remember back like I remember Arthur Ashe died from AIDS, but I can't remember if that had to be before Magic Johnson. Or probably I was not too sure in the time, but
Check for you right now.
I just know, like, from being younger, I didn't really hear about AIDS until Magic Johnson got it. And then once he got it, that's when, like...
Arthur Ashe died in 93.
And Magic came out
91.
in 91.
See, the funny thing with me, like, we had the conversation when we was talking the other day. I'm like, I always thought Magic Johnson made the announcement after the Dream Team, after 92.
He made the announcement preseason, 91.
Yeah, November 7th.
They took him out the game. He was warming up. They took him out the game. He found out because they was gonna the Lakers was putting out life insurance on him because he was the highest paid player. They was franchising him. That's how he found out he got AIDS, bro.
And then his contract was crazy too because he signed like damn near a lifetime contract with them, and that was big at that time. It was like for like $30 million, but it wasn't like $30 million per year. It was over the course of like 15 years.
And that's how he found out he got AIDS.
He made the announcement November 91. Let me see.
It was a preseason game. I forgot who they was playing, but they said that he had flu-like symptoms. And that was it.
That was after they. All right, it was after they lost in the championship to the Bulls. Okay, that's why I was like the 91 was throwing me off, and that was before the Dream Team.
Then they cleared him to play for the Dream Team. Then he came back.
He missed 3 seasons.
No, matter of fact, before the Dream Team, they cleared him to play for the All-Star game.
Yeah, and that's
He
what
played the
Carmelo
All-Star
was
game,
on his.
Won the MVP. Carmelo was on that shit. Like, yo, I don't want to play with him.
Well, if he touched me, he sweat on me.
Sweating and shit. But that's why I say
The
it's
ignorance.
crazy, but
Nobody
there
knew.
was no awareness. Because at the time, before that, everybody, no disrespect to nobody, everybody was saying, yo, if you gay, that's how you get it.
The show Pose delves into that, like the stigma attached to the LGBT community and how they were looked at because of AIDS and they thought it was coming from them and stuff like that. And like, yeah, Magic by far was probably the biggest personality, biggest celebrity that had it at the time. Because, I mean, Arthur Ashe was Arthur Ashe, legendary, barrier breaking, but he wasn't as big a global
He wasn't
star as
Magic. Yeah, he wasn't Magic.
And there was a couple other people that had it. I think, Lou, Freddie Mercury had it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Freddie Mercury, Rock Hudson. But I don't know if Rock Hudson was before or after Magic.
You got a computer in front of you. You know you could do that, right?
So I'm working on the Bible study for Wednesday.
It was like, kids came out. He was on a show with a little girl.
That was before. Rock Hudson died in 85.
85. So,
That
but when
was-
was it known though that that it was AIDS? You know what I'm saying? Like it probably maybe wasn't until later on.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Well,
Let me
Magic
see.
Johnson was by far the biggest person that they had it. The way that they were trying to say he caught it was like, but I heard like a rumor that he doesn't have it. Like they were saying that some
Where did the rumor come from?
major players. I don't remember where I heard it from. I read something. I'm like, it sounds crazy. Like some major, big money people. One of them had
Hams?
like a niece or daughter or something like that. Magic Johnson ended up like was playing around with. She turned out to be underage. So they like, you know, rather than us out you as a pedophile, whatever, you're gonna be the poster person for AIDS. It sounds far fetched, but who knows? Like, you know what I mean? We don't know nothing. Like the Jordan flu game wasn't a flu game. We all know that. The last
It wasn't?
game- No. I think I had a hangover, man. But that,
said-
but they said it was food poisoning from
Nah, he
pizza or
said
something
it
like
was
that, bro.
food poison from pizza.
The night before. But everybody thought it was a hangover game. Jordan, you know Jordan was an alcoholic. He got yellow eyes, man. But yeah.
Watching the Magic Johnson, the spin off of that real
Mm-hmm.
quick. Watching that made me think about something else.
But wait. Magic Johnson missed 3 seasons. You think if he plays those three seasons, he's higher in the GOAT combo?
I don't know why he's not like. I mean, when people talk about GOAT, they don't. It just start with Mike. Everybody be like Mike. So it's like Magic should be mentioned. If you ask me,
5 chips in the 80s. And you can say Kareem all you want. Kareem missed the playoffs about 2
he ain't
times.
went till Magic got there.
Yes, he got there in 75 and he went to Magic. Magic got there and they won when he went down.
What
They
we
had
talking
him,
about earlier?
Coop, McAdoo,
What we
Hakeem.
talking about earlier. Now, the Lakers was the number one seed.
Oh yeah, the Lakers were the number 1 seed from 80 to what, 91 or something like
91 from 80 to 91. 11 years.
that. 11
Number one
years,
seed.
11 years in a row, number 1 seed. That's crazy.
And
People
out
don't
of
speak
those-
about that.
Out of those years,
I did. Rock Hudson. It was confirmed that he had AIDS in '85, but there was
no way.
he was a little suspect.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as big as Magic because that was probably the first
Heterosexual.
heterosexual celeb known worldwide.
Yeah, like the Lakers were the number 1 seed like 11 years straight, yo.
I had the spin off in the thought in my mind. If LeBron James, right, if he come out and he doesn't say he's chasing the ghost in Chicago, right? And he says, I want to be the next Magic Johnson, right? I think that
The criticism be less
yeah,
harsh.
his criticism, I think he don't get criticized as much. Because now when you kick it for the open shot at the end of the game, we expect that because that's what Magic Johnson did. When you hit the game winner occasionally, you know, nobody's going to complain about none of those things at the end because these are things that Magic done. But I also find it crazy because it's like LeBron James got the most go-ahead winning baskets out of everybody in NBA history. So it's like, I don't know.
They would have found something wrong to say anyway because they would have said, oh, he shot too much, not knowing that Magic Johnson had a season where he had 15 field goal attempts per game for the whole season. Magic Johnson
Magic was taking last shots.
he was taking shots, period. He was
Fact.
putting, I think on his career, he averaged 13 shots per game. He shot 52% though. He just had an ugly jump shot, ugly form, whatever. Magic Johnson was going to work out the gate. He averaged, 18, 7, and 7.
First year out the gate,
Then he averaged like
It
20.
was Showtime his first year.
Then like
He's coming in dominant.
Then I think 81 he averaged 29 and 9. Then after that, it was no less than 11 assists per game up until he contracted HIV. Like Magic Johnson needs more respect on his, and he led the league in steals 1 year. Like he was playing defense.
Magic was the goods, bro.
Like he
Magic
like
was
I
the
think he's
goods.
high on the GOAT conversation if he get those 3 years. Like
Magic was the goods.
because all we think about is HIV now. We don't even think about him playing.
Better than LeBron. I mean LeBron.
If you don't think about the HIV, if my man Vante would say, he would have been like, hee.
Yeah.
You feel? That's what you think about.
Yep.
Shit like that. But Magic was the goods, man.
That spent off me to ask him about Kareem. Like,
remember Magic. Remember Magic. Was it the final game of the series or one of the games of the series? Played all 5 positions.
we played
in one game.
Game 6.
That's insane.
But that also, like, people say, oh, he had Kareem, but you also could say Kareem had him because Kareem didn't win. Kareem won with Oscar Robertson, went to the Lakers in 75 and didn't win until Magic came in. What year was that? 79?
I think 79, 80.
79, 80. And the Lakers were stacked. You had Bob McAdoo, Michael Cooper, Magic Johnson, James Worthy. Like, they always had a team around him. And I was like, that's what I was saying, like, when I was actually about Hakeem Olajuwon. I always bring up Hakeem Olajuwon because Hakeem Olajuwon, that's what Shaq says is his number 1 center. That's the only person he put above him.
Yeah, facts.
And it's like, you put Hakeem on them Showtime Lakers.
Hakeem bust his ass, that's why.
You put Hakeem on them Showtime Lakers. He bust Kareem ass in the playoffs to go to the chip, too.
Well, you gotta remember, who did Carmelo go for to get
Hakeem.
to Hakeem? A lot
That's
of
what
dudes-
Carmelo put as his number 1 center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they asked him for his 12-man roster, his starting center was Hakeem. He said the
That
best
dude was
footwork ever.
You seen when they asked.
That man elbow was above the rim when he was blocking shots.
Who's that?
Hakeem. See what they asked Jordan about him?
Yeah, Jordan.
Jordan
Jordan said he would have won. He don't think he would have lost.
Yeah, he said if I had Hakeem, I wouldn't have lost.
think he would've lost.
He said they said the only person Jordan feared was that black Nigerian. That's how Jordan said it. That black Nigerian.
Bro, he definitely said that he would have had way more chips if he was with Hakeem.
So, I mean, that was a good read about Magic and stuff like that.
Nah, yeah, but that I was just thinking about that shit. Like, damn, like, if Magic don't get AIDS, does it get the awareness? You feel me? Like, do people learn about it? It made black people comfortable to come out and say they had it.
Made heterosexual people
Yeah,
comfortable.
heterosexual
Because when
people.
somebody got like, oh, you gay, or you was either gay or you was using drug dealers.
There was one thing. One of his trainers did. The Laker trainer. I can't remember his name. Damn, I can't remember this guy's name. But Magic had got a cut, and he was like, he didn't wanna make Magic feel no type of way, and it was a televised game. So he was like, he knew the cameras was on him, so he didn't want to make like him feel a big way or nothing. He said he cleaned them with no gloves on. And as they showing the video from back in the days, you could see people in the crowd. They ain't even paying attention to the game, bro.
They just watching
They just
that.
watching him, how he cleaning Magic and shit. And I'm like, damn, dude. Shit's crazy. Like,
And it's crazy because you had another celebrity, you had another athlete that had to retire from sports due to HIV, Tommy Morrison. The dude that played Tommy Gunneraki. That was what, 96? And he had to retire from that. And he tried to come back like a couple years ago in boxing. Like not, yeah, but you see the athletes catching and shit like that. It's like it makes you think like, you know, niggas is wilding. Like a lot of them athletes is wilding, and you know they was getting random.
put the picture up with Magic with like 50 joints, and they said,
Yeah.
yo, this had to be the day.
Yeah.
I was crying.
Yeah, that was OD.
That was crazy.
They were saying that.
Said, yo, this had to be the day.
They were saying that they were saying that in Space Jam, it was like when people was getting sick, it was like a little rub towards Magic Johnson having it.
What?
Yeah. It's yeah.
Fucking shit's crazy. The subliminals in movies and shit be crazy.
There's always some type of subliminal, and there's always some type of like foreshadowing or letting you know what they think may be going on. But yo, man, shout out Magic. And it's like to the point where people say, "Oh, he don't even got it," but he didn't have AIDS; he had HIV.
Yeah, HIV. He just got the virus.
Yeah, AIDS is like the.
There was another lady that was on there. She was like, she's taking the same medicine as him, and she said the same thing. She said she had HIV for 11 years, and
Yo.
Magic made her feel comfortable to come out.
The thing is, if you were on point with your stuff, you would live. But you know, we don't stay on point with our doctors, and then people get them like, "Oh, my life is over." You gotta take care of yourself. Like, this is personal, but like, I had a family member with that, and they had it from '87 up until they passed away recent years. Like I say '87 because that's what I can remember. But probably '88. They had it like late '80s until recent years, and it was like taking care of yourself. You're going to the doctor. Like ultimately, COVID got to that family member. So it's like a lot of times it don't even be AIDS or HIV that kills the person. It's
other shit.
You got a cold, you got pneumonia because your immune system is fighting that or is diminished by that. It's like you're in a boxing match and you find a power punch and he's brutalizing your body. Your guard drops. And now you're gonna get knocked out with the left hook. You ain't get beat off a one punch knockout in the 9th round. It was already
beat down.
Yeah.
You got beat down.
It was accumulation.
You got your ass whooped. That's what happened.
Speaking of boxing, did you see the press conference with Caleb Plant and Canelo?
Definitely.
I like Caleb Plant,
Yo.
That's he's like, you're a drug cheat. He said, you're a bitch. Only difference is you're fat and you're a drug cheat. And he threw the Frank at him.
Yeah, that. I mean, I don't never agree with nobody throwing the
It was
Frank,
funny.
But it was funny.
Hearing it from him.
It was funny.
I like that dude.
That fight, it's going to be a good one.
November.
It's going to be a goodie.
Then Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford in November.
That's going to be a goodie.
As a matter of fact, I think coming up is Wilder and Fury 3.
They doing that?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
They're doing it in October. Fury, I don't know. I think it's supposed to be it's scheduled for October.
Again?
Nah, I don't know where. What was the other
Don't
topic?
matter, got to be vaccinated to go if it's in New York.
Yo, they were supposed to be vaccinated, and they were saying that people in his camp caught COVID, in Fury camp. That's why I got pushed back from July. It's crazy.
This is ridiculous, bro. Word up. What was the what was the shit we was talking about? When you was asking about shit, there's so much shit on my mind. You was asking about how do you rekindle?
Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you.
Years?
All right, say you and your lady, right? You and your fiance, your wife, y'all together now. But you said there was like an 8-year period between.
It was some shit like that. It was probably more than 8
It was a long period of time in between. Y'all initially got together, then y'all broke up. However y'all broke up, and then y'all got back together. How do you go about getting back in that relationship? Is there a conversation, or it's just a feeling? Then y'all just transit. Then y'all just act like y'all never skipped a beat. How did y'all do that?
For us, it was funny because it was social media.
Okay.
Shit, social media brought us back.
Shout out social media.
Shout out to the gram.
Creating and ruining relationships since.
Shout out to IG. IG was good to me. So, like, she hit me up. We started talking and shit. Then we was like, yo, we gonna meet up somewhere. We met up and shit. And then, like, I seen her. And I remember, like, before she left, I was like, yo, you gonna be my girl. Matter of fact, you my girl. That's what I told her. And it was just like, we just started chilling, bro. Like, we just chill. And we ain't really have no conversation about that shit. And it's like, I think it was like, probably like 2 years ago, right? We was like, yo, what's our anniversary?
Story of my life, I never know.
And, cause we just started talking, and then.
Hold on, I never know.
Yeah, I didn't.
I never know because
that's the first time I was happy, cause she didn't know either.
Yeah.
So I was like, yes.
Because it's like, when do you? It's like, I don't make no big ceremony and say you have been anointed as my girlfriend. So I don't know when it starts. Does it when you first start talking to each other? I don't remember no first date. I don't even remember. I don't remember your birthday. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, back to what you were saying.
But like, we just was vibing, was talking. We both knew what it was too. Like, I'm not the only guy that she's talking to. That's not. I know she knew, like, I had other girls I was talking to when we first started talking and shit like that. And
So you hit up with the party next door? I don't care about yo, nigga,
yo,
mom, nigga, five, nigga,
I ain't
folk.
care. And that I told her too. I was like, I didn't care who she was. That's one thing about me, yo, bro. You could put me in a room with Chris Brown, bro. Trey Songz, Idris Elba, whoever's the sexiest nigga on earth, and I'ma tell you, I'm sexy. I'm finer than them niggas. I'm not intimidated.
Yeah,
You feel me?
That's that Jamaican confidence.
I don't care about that.
You got the boyfriend? Him don't matter.
I don't care about that shit, bro. But well, we just to me, I think I really stopped everything once I moved in. Like once we was in the same crib, I moved in. It was like, all right, I'm not gonna violate. And plus, she had a son, my kids, we coming together as a family and shit. And I knew that, like, when we was vibing and shit, how I was seeing things was going, I didn't really want to be with nobody else and shit. And I just locked it down.
So y'all split off. What the split was like? Y'all just drifted apart, or somebody did something wrong? Like,
nah, we don't even know how we stopped talking. Like we talked about that too. Like we don't really know how we stopped talking. We just stopped. Like we lived on the same block. That's the funny shit. I used to go to her crib, call her out the window, shit, old school shit, yo. And bro, that shit just stopped. But it wasn't no bad terms. Like nothing. I even remember one time I was chilling with her, right? That shit was funny. We chilling, and she talking about her friend. So I'm like, she saying her name, and I'm like, yo, I heard that name before. And I'm like, what's your friend name? And she said it again. I'm like, yo, it's impossible for two people to have that name. Go back to the side. I'm like, yo, what's shorty name that lived down the block? She said, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, damn, son, how I'm gonna work this out? This one right here, because I'm like, all right, once she tell her friend who I am, she gonna tell her like, yo, this nigga right here is fucking with somebody else. But like none of that mattered, bro. Like we was just cool. We was cool. Like that's one thing I could say. Like we was mad cool.
so basically,
We just stopped. I even seen her after that. I seen her some years after. I seen her son and shit. I seen her in the store. Yo, what up? I was mad hype. Yo, what up? And it was just like, after that, like, we didn't even exchange numbers.
it was never bad blood.
Yeah, she dissed me that day, though. I was like, yo, what's your number? I'm going to give you my number. She was like, yo, put it in my sister's phone.
Wow.
Word, boy. Like, we was just cool, bro. Like, we never
So basically,
knew bad blood. If it was bad blood, I don't think we would have got back together.
it was like being that wasn't no bad blood. You were able to like put your man pride aside and be like, all right, you know, this is who I want to be with.
Facts.
Because like, you know, a lot of times with us men is like, it's a pride thing. Things ended however they ended or however they ended, and it's like you've been doing whatever you've been doing in between the times, and it's like instead of you doing all that, you could have contacted me to get things back. I mean, you're right. You got to push your pride to the side. If that's the person that you want. If you see a person,
somebody and you want them, you got to put your pride to the side, bro. Like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You gonna have pride, and then when you see that person, when you're not with them, you're gonna be like, damn, I want them.
Mm-hmm.
What's stopping you from getting them?
Pride, ego. It's like, it's not even pride, like the pride, the pride to be like, yo, why do we even end? Like, you got sometimes you gotta get over that, and it's like, yo, push your pride to the side, like, yo, I think you're my person.
Even when we link back up, I ain't even really think about none of that shit. Like, I ain't really think about why we stopped talking. None of that.
Don't, because like,
shit like
you're in the mood. You're in the moment.
Yeah, I was in the mood. I was on some shit like, yo, we fucking with each other. Like, word up. Like, I told her, I'm like, yo, I'm fucking with you. Like, we fucking with each other. I remember she was walking. She out the car. She was walking past. I rolled my window down. I was like, yo, you gonna be my girl. Word, that shit was just funny. The way I said it, I was like, yo, you gonna be my girl.
That was a great decision, man. You don't make that decision. We don't get that good food.
Yo, everybody talking about the food. Matter of fact, she got a plate for you. Vante missed out. I told him you was going to accept on his behalf.
Like, I'll accept this on his behalf. He couldn't make it tonight. He don't need it. He don't got no taste.
Word. But, yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, I think that's our problem as men. Like, our problem as men is that men, like boys, they are on some. They want to. I don't know. Boys, men, we all skeptical about a woman's past, but I don't want to know. Honestly, I don't care about no number. As long as it wasn't one of my family, no nigga in my family. I don't care. Other dudes want to know for the sole purpose of they like boning behind another man. I think that's gay. They want to have Eskimo brothers that they know about. That's gay to me. You could be whatever you want, but like, you know, stop hiding it. But like us, it's an ego thing. Like, you know, she has a past. Like, damn. And then y'all break up. She dealt with other niggas in between y'all. It's like, even if she ain't doing anything, it's like, you feel away. Most dudes. You have to get over that. It's not always easy to get over that, but, you know, you find a way to get over that eventually if you do it in time to where, you know, the window is open for you and her. If not, you can probably lose out on somebody. Like, thinking about a woman's past or who they dealt with probably preventing a lot of people from having some real good relationships because our ego, our pride is like, you let this nigga mess with you?
But why does that matter though? Because as teenagers, young adults, growing up, we're in our prime or whatever, right? If a girl is having sex, right, but say like she protects herself, like she's not out here just having mass sex with random guys, but like, you know, she get in relationships. She had a few relationships, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's a guy that had a few relationships. It's a right for the guy to have a few relationships and have sex with all the girls that he was in a relationship with. But if the girl does it, she's looked at as fast or a hoe, and it's like, but why is that? Why is that? If it's not what you do, it's how you do it. If she's respecting herself and she's doing it in a, you know, like a clean fashion, like what's the problem?
I'll tell you one problem I have.
What's that?
If I get with someone, great relationship, everything is great, and I found out in your adult years, you let niggas run the train on you, I'm out.
Oh, see, that is, I'm
out.
Like,
I'm out. There's no such thing as a threesome with two men.
But we want a threesome with two girls.
Because everyone can intermingle with everyone. Threesome with two men.
But that's just, no, I can't explain it, but that's something that, like a female, if a female craves it.
This is from women telling me, nah, a train is different.
No, not a train, like two guys. If a female, if a girl comes and she say, yo, I want to have a threesome, right? Is she a hoe?
You're going to look at it different. It's a train. If your woman asks you to bring another man in the bedroom, you're going to look at, your head going to spin about 4 times.
So if your girl asks you, if you ask your girl.
I'm not.
No, but hold on. But this is the double standard part of it. If you ask your girl, yo, I want to bring another girl into the bedroom, are you disrespecting your girl? The same way that we're, like me, I'm going to take it as disrespect.
In a sense, possibly.
Because I would never ask my girl to have a threesome. Now, if I'm out here and I'm free, shit like that's different. But my wife, I would never, ever do that.
However, if she offers it, you say yeah.
Yeah, I would. I ain't even gonna lie.
But
if she came to me and she was like, yo, babe, you know what? I want to give you a threesome. I'm going to take it.
Yeah. But you're not going to say, hey, babe, you've been doing good. I'm going to offer you. No.
Are y'all niggas insane?
What are you talking about?
Are you crazy? You know what the doors that opens to to have a threesome with your wife?
But that's no. I would never have a threesome with my wife.
No, I'm saying you made that clear.
Yeah,
but the devil's advocate over there.
I just said I would never.
He tried to no.
I would never ask my woman.
No, listen. You said to him, if she asked you,
she offered you.
Come on, bro.
I asked him what would he say she offered
man. Come on.
Yo,
that niggas is crazy.
I'm saying
That's insanity.
I would never ask my woman for a threesome.
But if she asked you,
but if she offered me, she wants to do it.
Of course, but what if she said, let me bring another dude into the bedroom?
No.
Oh, why not?
Hell no.
Why not?
See, that's what I was getting at. What is the difference?
Because there's no pork on her fork. I'm vegan.
Like,
so she don't want the other dude to do you. She want to be done by two dudes. What's the issue?
She could go. If she want that, she could go.
I
don't want no other. When I'm in a relationship, I don't want no other woman.
But you just said. Listen to hypocrisy. You just said if she says it, you okay with it.
No, I said I brought up a scenario. I'm not saying I'll take it if my woman offer it. I didn't say either or. I asked him. You want to run the tape back? I said, yo, what if she offered?
First of all, it's not a tape. We're not that old.
So, like I was saying, is I'm not gonna ask my woman because that opens like a whole different. That opens up a whole door you don't want to open. And if I'm with someone and I'm 36. I'm at that point where that's my person. No, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to ask because it may feel like you're diminishing what she does for you. And that's not the fact. You just going off some boy fantasy or you heard your boys talk about doing it. I'm not asking it. That opens up a can of worms you don't want to open.
I'm not asking that.
I'm not asking. I'm good. I don't want nobody else. If I wanted a threesome, I wouldn't be in a relationship.
Might as well not be.
Yeah.
If you crave threesomes, you might as well not be in a relationship.
Now, if you feel that's on your bucket list, don't get in a relationship until you clear your bucket list.
Clear your bucket list.
And another thing, if a woman asks me for a threesome, find two niggas, I'm good.
Because how many other threesomes she done ask other dudes? Because you ain't special.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? In general, I'm not saying you, even though you're not.
I know what you're saying.
Yo, you tell me like once every 2 episodes, I'm not special. You feel a way about me. It's all right, though. I don't know. You mad that I'm not fully Dominican?
No, you know.
Attacking the black part.
No, I'm sorry, handsome seal.
Handsome seal.
Yeah, the birds is clearing up.
Yeah. Our money's dwindling now.
Yeah, I know.
That's like another thing you was talking about. You was talking about, if you're a single guy and you out here and you talking,
moving and shaking.
You moving and shaking. You know what I'm saying? Willing and dealing. When you find your person, how do you break off with the people you was willing and dealing with? And I don't think it's hard, bro.
Unapologetically. You shouldn't apologize. You shouldn't apologize for pursuing your ultimate happiness. It's like if I'm dating 5-6 women, right? We going on dates, whatever, and I see that one of them has come to be the person that I want to be with. That's my person.
Right.
I'm gonna have that conversation with the other ones. Like, yo, listen, this is the situation. I'm not gonna say sorry so much because why am I apologizing for pursuing my happiness?
What am I sorry for?
Because if you felt the person, or if you wanted to get back with your ex and you felt that was, you shouldn't apologize to me either. I don't think you should apologize for making the best decision for you. Now, if you're doing something maliciously or something like that, yeah. But it's like, yo, it's no malintent. Like, and don't tell nobody that they're perfect or they're like so amazing and you're breaking off of them. I feel that's a toxic trait, and I feel that's like,
it's not you, it's me.
Yeah, like that's condescending because I tell a woman, yeah, I'm breaking it off with you, but you're an amazing woman. You're great. That makes her think that her best is not good enough. Or it makes a guy feel like his best is not good enough. That's like, that's mentally affecting you. I mean, you tell them like, yo, listen, for me, someone checks off the boxes that I need checked off. More. I'm gonna keep saying checks off the boxes. Like, there's certain things.
Hold up. Check off the boxes. You think that's better than it's not you, it's me? That is insane.
Yo.
Are you insane?
Yo, I said the same thing on the phone. I said the same thing on the phone. And
This nigga is crazy.
I don't know.
I mean,
Yes.
it's 1/3 Negro.
Honestly,
You
it's
don't.
hard to have that conversation.
You don't
but
fit my boxes. How you think she gonna feel?
I ain't gonna say you don't. I'm gonna say someone,
There's no way. Stop.
Nah, you just be like, yo, you gotta tell him like, don't call him, text him. You gotta text him.
There you go.
you gotta do the Martin on the thin line between love and hate. You start calling them all out. I don't know how you.
That's a good conversation though.
But
Like,
I stopped talking to like.
DM us on the TBD
Yeah.
podcast
How you do
Instagram. Tell us how you would do it. Cause I'm like, I would be like, things were cool, whatever, but unfortunately for you,
I'm not calling no more.
I'm
not
gonna fall
calling
back.
you.
I'm gonna fall back from you because the person, I got back with somebody that that I felt is my person. Or
Whatever you tell them is not. You're
I
gonna
know,
fuck them up.
but I know.
Whatever you say,
The
because
best thing is to be honest though.
Yeah, tell them.
but-
Sorry, the other one's better.
I'm not gonna say sorry.
Text her.
Yeah, look, you were cool. I'm not gonna say you was great. You were cool. Under different circumstances at a different point in life, maybe things would have went a little further.
In another life.
Unfortunately,
he gonna call her and tell her, unfortunately, I got COVID.
I'm gonna hit it with Erykah Badu playing in the background. I guess I'll see you next lifetime. Maybe we'll be butterflies.
See, I got COVID. Hit you when I get out of this.
I have to be censored. I'm not going to say anything.
I'm like, yo, look. I had a choice between Geico and Allstate.
And you picked the general.
No.
Yo, shout out to Lou.
Cameraman Lou.
Oh,
I chose USAA.
Right? Oh, man.
But that's a tough conversation to have with someone. It's a tough conversation for someone to have with you.
I thank God I never had to have that conversation.
Because you're unapologetic, ruthless Dominican.
No, because I've
Especially
only...
when you had the dreads and you thought you was Eric Benet.
I had maybe
You thought you was George Uporgi?
3.5 relationships.
Yo, Lou, you never had to cut nobody off.
I'm saying I had 3-4 relationships that I got out of. It kind of ended ugly, but
dreads. If
chicks
he-
on the
if he
side,
cut his
nah.
hair, he ain't gonna cut no chick. He's gonna leave.
Just out.
It was never a relationship. So if it's not a relationship, either you stop calling me, I stop calling you. That's it.
No, but they keep calling.
And
They don't take hints. So you have to tell them, like, yo, look. I
Nah,
appreciate
but
you
yo,
stop
it's
calling.
some girls out here that they
ruthless.
they'll stop calling you first, man. Have you in the bed like Eddie Murphy and Boomerang, like,
Yeah.
yo, what's going on?
And it's
Word.
some great joints that you give up when you decide to be in a relationship with the woman that you're being in. So when that relationship don't work or she start acting up like, yo, Shorty was fire and all about me, and you acting like this? I don't
Life
know.
is crazy.
Life is crazy. Because you gonna get for the ones at one time sometimes. And it's like, who is really the one?
What's the shit from what's that, Bronx Tale? Is that Bronx Tale when he was like, you get 3 good girls in your life? He was like, you get 3 good girls, every guy get 3 good girls in their life. You know how you know she's the one, kid? She gets in the car, she reaches over and opens the door for you. She's the one.
Yeah. That's underrated.
I ain't never had nobody do that shit for me. I ain't never had nobody get in the car, open the door for me. Hell no.
how about tie your shoes when they were loose and you're walking down the street?
Nah, you the man if you got some woman doing that.
She was almost a keeper, but she was just a little bit
She had
nuts.
your shoes in the middle of the street.
What?
Lou
But
was
she was
laying it down.
He
She
had
was-
dreads. He was Eric
She
Benet.
was no, that was before this. She was
Oh.
just a little.
Yeah, Lou was
tad
laying it
bit
down
crazy.
to karate. You know he a black belt.
Yeah, fam.
Yo, I fell asleep one time, bro, and she kept calling. She had the key to my house. Next thing you know, the chick was standing over me.
Oh yeah, she
Yeah,
had to go.
And then left after I woke up.
She had to make sure you was home.
And make sure who you was dreaming about.
Word.
That broad
That's
was
why she had
nuts.
to go. You know what's crazy though? Like we talk about opening the door for us. How many dudes you know pick up a woman and open the door for her? Them niggas would pull up like, yo, what up? And let them get in the car.
Yeah. I do that shit from time to time, probably once every 3 months. Once every 5 months.
Just to remind her what you're doing.
Some shit.
Just to remind her what you're doing.
It be
Right?
mad random too. Or I'll walk on her side and I won't open the door. I just walk around the car. I'll be doing dumb shit.
You know, a lot of women don't even know that they haven't been around guys that have them walk on the inside when y'all walking down the street.
I'm big on that shit.
See, what I do is I walk on the outside. If they keep finding their ways to the inside, I'll let them walk for like a half a block. I'm like, damn, yo, nobody beeped the horn to get money yet. You make me look like a bad pimp. Go on the inside.
I'm big on that shit.
And your product is trash. There's a lot of like, you know, they say chivalry is dead. I don't think it is. I just think a lot of dudes weren't taught by their mom or didn't see their father handle their mom that way. If you grew up in a house of love, you would know how to love someone.
And then also look at what society pushes. Society doesn't really push that in your music.
I was just
No, because all the old songs is talking about sex
Old
too.
songs. I'm talking about now.
Old songs was talking about sex too.
Yeah, but
Rocksteady was about sex.
But now,
He said, I started to touch. You wouldn't let it.
I'm
It
saying
always seems like the wrong time. You
Yeah.
probably thought she was on a period.
yeah.
Then you gave in, and they started to rock steady. You know what I mean? That was about sex.
I'm talking about the R&B songs of today.
But everything is about sex. All R&B.
Yeah, well,
Body's calling.
but
R. Kelly
sex-
was soliciting sex for 6 months.
Yeah.
Shorty ain't want it, and then she finally hit him up and said, "Yo, we could do it." He said, "Now that you've come around to seeing it my way."
but talking about sex,
this dude be knowing lyrics.
but talking about sex, right? Look, talking about sex, and then teaching somebody how to handle a woman is two different.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So
And especially
ain't
when-
nobody really talking about that right,
Right,
now.
and especially the way women are spoken about.
like right now. And then I was about to say
The
the
way
way
women-
they spoken about, and
The way
even
women
look
handle
at-
themselves.
I was gonna say, look at how these women out here handle themselves.
I'm a nigga too.
They want to be
Like,
choked,
you know-
and they're telling you that they want to be choked.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So I'll
You
no,
can
I'm
still be a
saying
lady.
I'll hold the door and choke you at the same time. Would you like that?
Yeah. You're a Cisco. If I got to grab the back of your neck. But now, like, you know, even still, like, you got, this generation is weird because I've seen women on their timeline, younger women too, talk about their man like, oh, that's my twin. What? Or a nigga say about his woman, that's my twin. We not twins. I think that started with Diddy. We talk about we was like brothers, play fighting on the covers. There's nothing you can explain to justify that.
I never.
Never
This is all.
looked at a woman like my brother.
No. I never play fight under the covers with my brother. Never.
I don't have no.
Y'all heard that? Never. I don't.
Especially
and that's
under the
so-
covers.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
never know. So that line, I never understood that.
Me
shit.
neither.
Never. I
Who you said that? Diddy?
Diddy, oh, I need a girl.
Diddy.
I never.
Diddy's a little suspect, bro.
First we were friends and we became lovers. We
Same
was
thing
like
with
brothers,
with-
play fighting on the covers.
He was probably playing with Biggie under the covers, because remember, Biggie's some of his lyrics were a little.
So good. Nah, that was a spoof. No. That line was a spoof of Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor.
My man, I don't give a crap if it was a
I wouldn't
spoof or not.
repeated it either, but
you
that's
don't.
what
You don't
Richard
say
Pryor
that. You don't say that.
I sucked on your daddy's
Yeah,
joint.
Come
that's what Richard
on,
Pryor-
man.
But Richard Pryor.
Crazy.
But God bless his dad.
Richard Pryor was a mo too.
Yeah, him and Marlon Brando.
No, him and
Marlon Brando.
the comedian, the dude we was just talking
Paul
about,
Mooney.
Paul Mooney.
But no, Marlon Brando. You ain't hear Quincy Jones when he was drunk and they asked him, "How do you feel about Brazilian music?" He said, "Man, I was banging Donald Trump's daughter. Marlon Brando and Richard Pryor was having sex in the '70s. You know Marlon Brando. Richard, come here, Richard Pryor.
But yeah.
Like nowadays, it's the music pushing it. You know what it is? People are letting music dictate what they are too much. Like, you know, like guys don't feel that they have to be romantic with a woman. They can just talk to them however, and that turns them on. Women feel that they got to be hard. You don't got to be hard. Be a woman. Like, I'm not saying learn gender roles in a relationship. Guys just feel like, they don't have to do anything to court. They're the man. They sit there and a woman gonna come to them.
You just need money.
Yeah, and a lot of these women feel that money is a sign of courting. No, it's effort, because if this nigga got $3 million and he throw you $15,000, that's nothing. If I only got $1,500 and I take you out, take you in the shop, or I pay a bill for you, who's putting more effort?
I'm sacrificing something.
Yeah.
For you.
Yes.
But
people don't see that.
That's the want factor, because when you get something, then you just want. So you don't care. You feel me? You don't care how you getting it. You're not looking at what a person is sacrificing, or you're not looking at how they even getting it. If you got a guy that's out there, risking their life and shit like that, like, you gotta look at those things more, man.
Like,
you're sacrificing for somebody to
a trip
put them better. A
trip from a guy with a 9-to-5 is a little more courting than a trip from a guy that's scamming. If a nigga can scam 15 grand and take you on a trip and y'all do all this other stuff, that shouldn't outweigh a dude. If a dude can scam and take you to Greece, to Mykonos, that shouldn't be held above a guy that's working a 9-to-5, busting his ass for bills, and he takes you to Miami. I mean, Mykonos is a better experience, but however, a dude didn't pay for it technically. He's scamming. You know what I'm saying? No shade. I
get what you're saying.
And also, women tend to look on social media and see what this woman got from her man, that woman got from her man. All right, she getting a Louis bag just because, or she getting this and this just because. But you don't realize, or you don't recall throughout the year, she's saying all men are dogs because this nigga cheated on her. Or she getting order protection because this nigga beat her. So not only is that a gift for Christmas or Mother's Day, that's an apology gift for him cheating or him abusing her. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas that abuse their women, they get them the best gifts. Because apology gifts. It's apology gifts. And I think for Mother's Day, I shouldn't have to go too crazy, because you have a birthday and there's Christmas. Mother's Day is just about you being appreciated as a mother, and you don't have to do none of your motherly duties. You have that weekend off. Whatever you want to do, you can do. I got the kids. Because look at Father's Day. What do we get? A meal that you made Wednesday? And I'm not trying to compare it now like that, because there's some women that actually show appreciation to a man on Father's Day. I'm not going to act like there aren't. But why do we got to get you diamonds for Mother's Day? Every Mother's Day. I mean, every Mother's Day going to be the same. Like, how about me and the kids cook you breakfast, lunch, dinner, send you to a spa, just get you away from the house and the normal rigors and mental stress that you would have. Not that you don't want to be a mom, but, it's a lot handling kids. Stop looking at social media. This is why a lot of relationships aren't real. They fall in love with IG names and Twitter names instead of the actual person. And y'all go somewhere that everybody's been posting that they went to. They don't go to nothing new. So that's why when they break up, they easily back in a relationship in another 2 weeks, because it was never real love from the jump. They was in love with a persona and a perception that they seen on social media.
Social media hurts. Social media is good in some ways. And
it's good and bad.
It depends on how you use it. I always said that.
If it was something that you always thought wasn't fire, it was something that you always thought was fire, like from like high school, and you see her and you start following her on IG, there's your chance. Y'all grown now.
I always said that social media is however you take that shit. However you use it. Damn, man. Yo, I was talking to some old heads, right? And they feel like Fat Joe won the verses. Older dudes from my mom's block.
Well,
but they real hip hop heads though. That's what they was explaining to me. They like, yo,
they didn't care about the R&B.
Yeah, they like, yo, Fat Joe like he was taking me back. He was digging in the crates and shit like that. So
shout out digging in the crates.
I always say with music, I don't really like. I engage in the conversation, but at some point I just stop because it's whatever you like.
I think in the verses, right?
Like.
I think in the verses it's like preference. Verses is like a rap battle. It's like it's preference because Ja Rule was playing big songs, but Fat Joe wasn't playing those slouch songs. His sequence maybe was wrong, so that's why he didn't win the perception and the performance wise. And he tried to like mold himself after what Jadakiss did against Dipset, but he's not at the tier of rapper that Jadakiss is. Like think of Jadakiss.
He was tired. He was running out of breath because he was trying to do the shit. You could see he was trying to do it.
Not even that. It's just his approach. He went with 2 street songs back to back. He did Flojo. That's a good start to let people know where you came from. That's your first song. I don't think he should have went there. He could have went with like So Much More, like the song There's So Much More, like a little more.
I think he was trying to.
He was trying to street them to death.
I think he was trying to stay away from that because he knew once he opened that door, it was lit for him.
But it don't matter though because at the end of the day it's like this. If you turn it into a party and you embrace it, you don't lose. But if you're trying to compete and you're playing street songs by Ja Rule is playing meteorites. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, Ja Rule was dropping bombs from Pluto, son. I was like, yo.
But I've been telling people, Ja Rule ain't no slouch.
He's not.
Everybody talk about, 50 will wash him. No, y'all just like 50 better. 50 changed our perception on Ja Rule, and we were robbed of one of the greatest artists of our time.
Yo, when I was watching the verse, that's exactly what I said after that. I said, yo, it's crazy how 50 got the whole world to stop liking.
Because people choose sides. Look at Kanye and Drake. People are saying, most people, I'm not saying people that really listen. A lot of people didn't even listen to Kanye album all the way through, and they said it was whack because they chose the side out of him and Drake. So, people, like I said, always say with the Jay-Z and talk about Nas only got one good album. Jay-Z's more popular. They chose Jay-Z side. Like Ja Rule got music. I brought Rule the Pain Is Love album. There's some joints on there. Like Ja Rule, like Clapback was a fire song. You know what it is? A lot of these younger dudes weren't really outside. They wasn't going nowhere. Anybody under 30, you can't talk to me about Ja Rule. Don't talk to me about Ja Rule if you're under 32 years old.
See, I was saying when Ja Rule was playing this music, I was like, damn, this shit got me thinking back when I was like senior in high school, like back in those days.
Like Ja Rule said, my shit is timeless.
Bro.
All them songs with Ashanti, all them songs with him singing. Funny how 50 like, oh, the singer nigga, And he came around and did the same thing. He came 21 Questions, Magic Stick, Candy Shop. Candy Shop and Magic Stick is the same song. Ja Rule was wild. He couldn't even sing. He was Drake before Drake. It was wild. Murder Inc. was on top.
Ja Rule was fire. Yeah, Ja Rule was fire.
And the videos was dope. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't have the best voice, but it worked. So, yeah, I think Fat Joe started doing better on the back end, the second half. But, yeah, Ja Rule got him.
That's how I feel, too. I felt like
Ja Rule got him. And it wasn't so much like Fat Joe didn't play good songs. It was when he played them. I think
it's just that Ja Rule was just dropping them. Like when Ja Rule was playing his music, you was taking yourself back to those moments. Like, damn, son,
Fat Joe left songs on the table too. Like, why don't you play Triz? I bet your man can't hit the like pun. He can't work them. Like, why you don't play that? Like, you have to play songs that's engaging for the audience. All right. Just because some people are older, you still got younger people there that don't know Flojo, that don't know your I Shot Your verse. You could have like sprinkled that I Shot Your verse in there, because I Shot Your is like a monumental song too, because it was LL remix, Foxy Brown, Keith. Like, yo, it was a moment in hip hop. I like how he tried to pay homage to Digging in the Crates, Big L, stuff like that. What do you think about JD and Puff? I think Puff is wildin'. There's no way in the world you beat JD with just Biggie and Mary.
Yo, when we was having a talk, right, in the chat.
It was East Coast
Shout out my nigga B. But I asked him, and I think because we was just sending so many messages, it got overlooked. But he said that Biggie got 10 untouchable songs.
No.
I just want to know, and it's no disrespect to Big. I fucks with Big.
What's
Big.
the 10 untouchable songs?
But what's the 10 untouchable songs?
I can say Juicy.
I need to know the 10 untouchable songs.
I can say Juicy. One More Chance. Big Papa. Probably Hypnotized. That freestyle, the 7 Mac 11s, but there's Pac on there.
You could throw probably Warning in there, but I feel like Warning might be.
But the thing is, all right, if he does 20 Mary and 20, he does 20 Mary and
10
Biggie.
10.
10 and 10.
He said he could beat it with just Biggie and Mary.
But how many Mary songs he actually produced? That's the thing. You do that, JD gonna go Mariah. Always Be My Baby beats a lot of Mary songs. He goes Usher. Usher has about 7 songs you're not beating. You Got It Bad. You Don't Have to Call. Confessions. Let It Burn. My Way. Come on. It's Usher we talking about. You got Escape. Like if you line it up, Biggie has the bigger rapper. And I mean Diddy has the bigger rapper than Biggie.
Yes.
JD got the Brat. Brat got some dope stuff. Diddy has Mary J, Faith, Total, Cherry Dennis, Gina Thompson. JD has Mariah, Escape. He doesn't have as much TLC as people say. He has So Def, Bass All Stars. That At Night, that joint. He got Bow Wow. He got Jagged Edge. Diddy got 112. Jagged Edge already beat 112. Like, and then he was part of Ocean 11. Ocean 11 was him, Trey Songz, Brian Michael Cox, Johnson Austin. Johnson Austin already got a win on Versus. He smoked Neo, and Versus wasn't as big at the time. He smoked Neo. So everybody talk about Neo pen. Neo's pen is crazy. Johnson Austin smoked him. You know why? Start banging the word Mariah songs. Bang, 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 bang. They still ain't find nobody to go against Brian Michael Cox because nobody wants Brian Michael Cox's pen. They scared of that pen. Mm-hmm. You can't even find nobody for Trey Songz because either they're too low or he's in a bad position because Chris Brown, Usher, and them above him. Nobody's below him. I mean, and then you can't name Lloyd and none of them niggas to go against Trey. Trey got too much. Like JD got some stuff, and JD actually made the beats, actually wrote the songs.
Right. He wasn't just on there saying, take that.
Like, Diddy didn't push no buttons. Diddy probably arranged Quincy Jones type stuff like, yo, you do this here, you do that here, whatever. He didn't make no beats. Jermaine Dupri, like, that's why Jermaine Dupri said.
I just think they sleeping on Jermaine Dupri.
Because of New York bias. All they hear is Bad Boy, but they forget that Diddy was more like an orchestrator. He didn't make no beats. He didn't play an instrument. He didn't put no pen to paper. I mean, they do some funny stuff though. They slip Diddy in the writing credits on a lot of songs, but that's probably Diddy saying, "Yo, you should say it like this."
He's an executive producer on Nipsey shit.
Yeah, for that song "Rap Niggas," because that's when Nipsey said, "Yo, y'all don't know what Diddy said. Diddy told me to put the synthesizer beat on Rap Niggas, so it could sound like an actual West Coast song." Yeah, Diddy could do that, but I'm talking about actually making a beat and writing a song. Because you could get writer's credit if we making a song.
And I'd be like, yo, Peg, say these niggas is fat.
Or you could say, yo, you should say it like this.
That's writer's credit.
Or change his word. That's writer's credit. So people don't know that. Like the average, that's why I say I listen to music different. The average person don't know that. Jermaine Dupri is a tough out. Nobody's smoking Jermaine Dupri. I think Diddy and Jermaine Dupri would be better than Diddy and Dre. Because Dre don't have as much R&B as Diddy.
Yeah,
he doesn't have it as, but I think Diddy went to Dre because he wants to see he secretly he wants to do Pac versus Big, but Dre ain't do too much Pac songs. Remember, Dre was gone.
Yeah, he was out.
He was gone when
he left.
He was gone when Pac. What album is Toss It Up on?
Toss It Up.
Bear with me, people. I'm about to look right now.
Toss It Up is on. You know about it?
Right, I'm gonna look right now.
No, hold on. No, it's not. Is it?
Got you right now. This nigga got 1 million albums.
Yeah, was out though. I remember he was out. F.
He was gone. It was on Machiavelli. Cause because the third verse, Tupac last verse, he's dissing Dr. Dre. No longer Dre, they Arriva Dirt chick.
Yeah.
He was gone. So how much songs he did for Pac? And on the side note, look at Pac run. Pac did Me Against the World, All Eyes on Me, and Toss It Up in 18 months. He was only home 18 months before he got killed. That's crazy. But yeah, like, nobody's smoking JD.
They were saying, Charlamagne was saying, he don't think that JD and Diddy's a good going out because, like, if he played Biggie, nobody want to hear Mariah, and it's like, yeah, but that's not gonna happen.
No, he gonna try to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, why y'all keep saying that? That's not gonna happen.
But the same thing at the same time. How many songs beat Always Be My Baby? Mariah's song is crazy. The song came out in the early 90s. And like, Mary got her stuff because we resonate and relate to Mary more because, you know, she came from the struggle, she's black, whatever. Mariah was poppy because she was with, and once she got from Under Tommy Mottola.
Niggas didn't even know all the songs that Jermaine Dupri wrote.
He did Crisscross. Jermaine Dupri was writing songs. So it's like, much respect to Diddy for putting everything together, but come on, bro.
I just think it'll be better than what people saying. Like,
yes.
You gonna smoke him? I'm like,
I don't have a winner. I just know Jermaine Dupri's not getting smoked.
Yeah, he's not getting smoked.
I know who Jermaine Dupri is. I know what Escape album is.
He not getting smoked.
Bow Wow. A nigga made us like Bow Wow. I know what Usher 8701, My Way, and Confessions is. Because Diddy had Usher too, but he had Usher on the first album. Well, he had All the Time I Think of You. After that, that's it. What else? I guess Usher was on I Need a Girl. And then you think about it, Jermaine Dupri even did songs for bad boy artists. He did Cheat on You for Mace. That song is fire.
That song is fire.
And Jermaine Dupri, and Jay-Z was kind of shooting at Mace on that song too. Like, it's another versus Drew Hill looking for smoke. I think they don't want Boys and Men. I think they want Jodeci, but I love Jodeci. One of my favorite groups ever. Drew Hill is baby Jodeci to me, but Drew Hill has too many songs for Jodeci. Jodeci has 7. I think Drew Hill beats him 13-7. Hopefully. And yo, I got my hair like, hold on. And I got my hair like this. Y'all do a biopic for Jodeci. Let me play the Vante swing. You know what I mean? Versus the underdogs be wilding.
These underdogs be showing out.
But it don't be underdogs. It's, you know what it is? Current social media don't know nothing. Current social media is that's prevalent are 31 and younger.
You know what we're going through right now? I was thinking about this shit too. We going through what our parents went through. When we were coming up, I remember my moms we'll be driving down south. My moms would be like, yo, you want to listen to this? You need to listen to this Earth, Wind, and Fire. I'm like, Mom, I'm not listening to that.
Nah, Earth, Wind, and Fire is fire.
But I'm not listening to that. Then I started listening to, you know, they put their music on. So it's like you got no choice. But I started hearing songs. I'm like, oh, this shit is fire. This shit fire. This shit fire. This shit fire. This whack, this whack, this whack, this whack. So I'm fucking with this right here. But I'm not fucking with this. But when you tell them the songs you not fucking with, they're like, yo, those is fire. We going through that right now. The songs or the artists that the younger dudes under us are saying they not fucking with, we like, nah, you bugging. And then the little bit of young rappers that we like, we leaving out the ones that they like. So when we tell them, yo, we like this, but this one, he trash, they like, nah, you wildin'.
See, but you can also think about this too. The younger generation right now on social media, they don't even go back. What it is they're going by who's more prevalent on social media right now. Jermaine Dupri be chilling. You see Diddy buying all this stuff. Diddy pops up here and there, so they're going to say Diddy. And plus it's East Coast bias. Because nobody in Atlanta thinks Diddy's going to beat Jermaine Dupri. If they do it in Atlanta, Jermaine Dupri going to smoke Diddy. They do it in New York, Diddy going to smoke Jermaine Dupri. You got to do it somewhere like neutral. And like back to the whole thing. I used to drive my pops to PA, drive my pops to go fishing and all that. My dad played a lot of classic music, and that's why I like. And my pops, like I said, my pops was a studio manager. He taught audio engineering. My pops made beats, so I listen to music with a different ear. Cause my pops would tell me, "Yo, you hear that sound? You hear this?" Like, my pops put me on the Fleetwood Mac. As a 36-year-old black man, when I was 17, 15, I shouldn't be listening to Fleetwood Mac, but I was listening to it. My pops. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? So, I think it's always good to give people a listen with unbiased ears before you make a prediction, because these verses come out crazy. Everybody like, oh, the Dream is gonna kill Sean Garrett. Sean Garrett was wilding, but he beat Dream. He beat him. People don't know Sean Garrett got a pin. Everybody thought Manny Fresh was gonna beat Scott Storch because Lil Wayne, Hot Boys. Scott Storch killed Manny Fresh. Manny Fresh was doing too much other than making beats, and then Manny Fresh is just associated with one label. With Scott Storch, yeah. I ain't like that. I know Manny Fresh is good. What you think about T.I. and 50? I think it's better than what people are trying to say.
I was just about to say, I think it's better than what people say, and what a lot of people forget is it's 20 songs.
Yep.
It's only 20 songs. It's not their whole catalog. It's
and
20
even with
songs.
that, 50. If you're talking songs, people stop caring about 50 after the second album.
I see. I was gonna say this. 50, you're gonna play your first album. Yo, after that,
second album was dope too, but
this is what I'm saying. This is when niggas stop listening to you.
And people forget
T.I. got some shit.
T.I. got more great albums than 50.
T.I. got some shit.
King album. My cousin / older sister. What up, Tara? Her ex-husband put me on the King album. I'm like, top back. I'm talking to you.
That was my shit. That King album. That's when I was on my.
I'm serious. Is a dope album. Like,
word. That top back was fire.
I think 50 ain't want to go against Ja Rule because he antagonized Ja Rule so much, and he don't want Ja Rule to get no money. And he also secretly thought, yo, I could possibly lose to this nigga.
It's a possibility.
Because Ja Rule got some stuff.
But I feel like there's a lot of people that 50 won't battle because he's possibly going to lose, bro.
Yeah, he loses to Jay.
He's going to play a lot of mixtape shit.
Mixtape, but if you go against somebody that got mixtape too, I think
that's why I said T.I.
G-Unit and the Locks would have been dope.
Yeah, mixtape shit. Yeah,
G-Unit and G-Unit and Dipset would have been better than G-Unit than the Locks and Dipset. Like, you know, certain people like versus is an ego thing. It's a pissing contest because certain people want certain people because they feel that that's their status. Drake wants Kanye.
I don't think that
Drake wants Kanye in the verses.
Kanye said he was going to do it.
Chris Brown wants Drake. Kanye rather go against Jay-Z than Drake, but he said he'd go against Drake.
They was talking about Beanie and
Nori.
I don't think that's good.
Nori beats him.
I don't think that's good.
Nori beats him to me, and Beanie got some stuff, but Nori is just underrated character.
Because niggas wasn't listening to that.
No, because Nori's not as good a rapper as Beanie, so they're like, oh yeah, but you forget Nori had Rockets.
That T.O.N.Y. album was fire.
Mm-hmm.
And that N.O.R.E. album, that shit was fire too.
I want to see Ice Cube in the verses. Ice Cube
in the verses would be crazy. That nigga.
Like, we need to see more West Coast artists in verses. Ice Cube. They probably could do like what they did. They did Too Short and E40. I didn't really watch that.
Yeah, I ain't watched that one.
I like to see Game in the verses. Game is a problem.
Game versus 50.
Game is a problem. Game has never dropped a bad album.
Game versus
It's just
50.
people stop liking them.
Same shit, yeah. Game versus 50.
Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. Like, you know, verses still got more possibilities. They got R&B. They got more writers.
They got mad possibility.
Mary ain't do nothing yet. Faith ain't do nothing yet. You could do like, I don't think everybody should go 20 songs. I think some should go 15. I like to see Carl Thomas. Miguel.
I was thinking about how would they do it if they did it with like newer artists and shit. Like what's the limit? What's the limit
Of where?
of like how many years? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a legacy thing to like reflect and appreciate someone from yesteryear or someone that's been doing it for a while. I think a dope versus to be with your lady is Tank versus Trey Songz for the subject matter.
They should do a DJ version.
What like see who scratched better?
Like a Kid Capri versus like back then.
Oh, like the scratching.
Yeah.
There was talk about Drama been saying he want to smoke with Clue playing these songs. Drama got Drama got Uzi and Jack Harlow and he got great gangster grills.
Yeah.
And Clue, Clue is Clue.
Clue had shit in the tape deck spinning. Word. That shit 2 hours too. Rocking.
Yeah, Clue had a bunch of dope songs. But yeah, like Versus got so much stuff that's good, and we're never gonna you got possibilities, man. And then we're gonna hear a lot of songs multiple times because a lot of people produced, a lot of people wrote on songs. I like to see Lil Wayne in the Versus.
That's crazy.
Who would you have for him though? I mean, it's only 20, so I don't care about nobody saying,
Lil Wayne
look at
Buster?
Huh?
Lil Wayne Buster?
Yeah, but Buster needs somebody. Missy needs somebody. Buster needs somebody. Buster said he'll go against T.I. I think Buster performs the performance.
I was saying that Buster and Missy should do a versus, but they should allow them to play their videos in the background.
Yes.
That would be fire.
Yes.
That would be so fire.
Missy different though. She got songs she wrote, produced, did, rap, sing. We don't respect Missy enough. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Back to Jermaine Dupri. Jermaine Dupri was talking his ish. Like I said, I'm in the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Me, Dallas Austin, Missy, and Jay-Z. But of course, Jay-Z gonna be in the Writers Hall of Fame because Jay-Z got all these records sold and all his success as an artist, and he's a rapper that wrote his own raps. I think LL said he wanted Nas. That's another thing.
LL got some smoke for niggas.
Like the stigma attached to Nas that he don't pick good beats. I just think is a testament to how fickle fans are because everybody loves Griselda. Have you heard the West Side Gun album?
No, I haven't. I heard songs here and there, but I haven't listened to a whole album.
I like the Griselda movement. Their beats aren't something you're gonna play in a club. Some of these beats don't even have a bass.
They be having like hard beats, street beats.
Not even. It'd be just like a soul sample and no bass. And then like
what's that song?
If you're gonna say Nas pick bad beats, you can say that too. But I don't think none of the beats are bad. It's just it goes with your rap. That dude's a big wrestling fan too. He be naming songs after wrestlers.
You can't really have a hard beat, and then you talking about
What?
like you can't. I know I'm getting what you're saying. Like the beat got to go with your song. Like you can't have a hard beat, but you spit a song for the track.
Or you spin whack.
Yeah, like it's not gonna work. You wasted the beat.
Yeah. Them dudes.
The track.
I like they movement. Like Westside Gun, he may not be the best rapper in the group, but he's the reason why that group is pushing. Like his fashion sense, merchandise, promoting. Like he's doing everything aside from rapping as great as Benny and Conway. And they movement, what's up?
Benny rapping's asshole.
Yeah, Conway too. If you listen to Conway be wilding. But yeah, Benny rap a way that we want to hear. But yeah, like that disrespect to JD is retarded. They were saying 3 6 Mafia and Bone Thugs at one point. That's a preference thing because if you like the type of music 3 6 Mafia make, you probably don't like Bone Thugs. But Crazy Bone and Busy are two of the best rappers ever.
That's two totally different types of music.
Who would you put against Outkast though?
Hold on. It's Outkast.
You could put. You don't have to be a 2-man group.
That's kind of
You
crazy.
got too much.
That's hard. Outkast.
I got too much.
Migos. You heard? You gotta put the Migos. You gotta put the Migos against Outkast. I'm sitting here. I'm trying to think of somebody that's like, damn. Who do you put against Outkast?
MOP don't got enough. Probably Mobb Deep. But then that's a region clash.
Cause I feel like if you, I would say Mobb Deep, MOP.
Nah, MOP don't got enough. MOP got 2 smash hits.
That's what I'm saying.
3.
So
to me, that I could think of offhand.
they can't-
Any Up and Any Up remix
So
and
they gotta
Fall
go
on
against
Blaze.
Onyx, matter of fact. MOP Onyx.
Yes.
MOP Onyx. MOP Onyx, you gotta do.
I would love to see Kane versus Rakim.
That'll be fire. You gotta do. Scarface said he want to do one.
Ooh.
Scarface said he want to do a versus. Yo,
Who do you get for him?
He said he want to do a versus, but he was like, yo, I feel like nobody can fuck with me. But he want to do a versus.
But who do you get for him?
Scarface and Hove, nigga. 2 of the best writers. Go ahead, let's do it.
I think
Scarface and not like it gotta be legendary shit like that.
I don't think you could do him against T.I.
So.
I don't like the fact that they did Nelly versus Luda. I think they should have did Luda versus T.I.
Yeah, I think
And Nelly
so.
versus somebody like Ja Rule.
They should have did Nelly, or Nelly Fab, shit like that.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Cause we was watching it. I was like, yo, Fab is my nigga, but Jada gonna play these street joints and it's gonna be over.
I thought Fab was gonna beat him until one day I was at my other job and then I walked in my room to the guy, my boy Gato. I be doing the hip hop podcast with. I was talking to him. I said, "Yo, nah, Jada got too much."
Jada got too much, bro. Jada got too much. And the streets, they love Jada. They bleed Jada.
Yeah,
Fab not whack, but
he's not Jada.
he ain't Jada.
Jada's been saying he's top 5 dead or alive for how many years, and nobody's ever
Nobody
disputed.
debated. Nigga top 5 dead or alive and rapping.
He's not.
He top 5 in verses.
He's number 1 in verses.
Feel me? You bring Jada out, you automatically win. It's a cheat code.
They're like, it's crazy. But yeah, man, just.
I miss my boy, man. Yo, call this nigga. Matter of fact, I told him we was
gonna
gonna
face
call
him.
him. Yeah, we gonna FaceTime him. Told him.
Do the group
Let me
FaceTime.
see. I got this right
I got
here.
it.
Oh.
You wait for me to pick up, me go to the text. It's not pop up. Let me see if it pop up. I didn't get that. It ain't calling me. Yeah, man, like that was a great idea between Swiss and Timberland. I would like to see Just Blaze come back out. I would love to see Just Blaze come back out. Just Blaze got a bunch.
Yo, we live. We had to call you before we lock out the episode. You heard? Yeah. Yo, we had the fans. We can't let the fans miss their boy. You heard? So we had to call you. Word. We was just talking about verses, the verses, like
You saying Diddy gonna smoke JD? Like a true New York nigga.
It's crazy.
Hold it to the mic.
It's a performance now, so it's not gonna come down to the songs. If it was just coming down to like straight songs, JD got a chance. But Diddy, I don't know, my nigga. Diddy different.
Yeah.
Like you said, Diddy a New York nigga, he gonna show out.
You're right, because when Swiss Beats went against Just Blaze, it looked like Swiss Beats beat Just Blaze because him and Busta and all of them was dancing every time he dropped a song. You're absolutely right.
Man, Diddy might bust out a backflip, man.
He said Diddy might. Nigga, definitely gonna shake a tail feather. He definitely gonna do that.
Nah,
Word.
Diddy gonna hit niggas with shit that they think he wouldn't have played in the verses. He gonna hop out with like making the band niggas 826 asses and shit.
Danny D. Kane.
Like you said, showstopper.
He definitely gonna get a point.
If they do it live and he bring out Dylon, he gonna win that round.
Nah, that's a fact. Man. Even if he just played Dylon saying something.
Yo, he messed around, played the Flavor in Your Ear remix because Craig Mack passed.
He got shit. He got shit.
Did he a tough? That's a tough one.
Hey,
Yo, how you feeling today, man?
how you feel? Word.
Man, I'm still fucked up, congested, having chills and shit.
It's like you heartbroken.
Yeah, you did the Jamaican remedies?
Yeah.
It's like you heartbroken. You tried to call her back to get back with her and she dubbed you?
I got the ginger and the garlic. And all that.
Facts. Word.
Shit, what?
Nah, just get better, bro. Word. We need you back next week, you heard?
My son passed the Lou at.
Right here. Lou right there. Lou doing what Lou do.
Yo, spray that phone.
Word. Nah, we about to wrap up. But we did we touched on Magic Johnson, like the AIDS awareness and the relationship shit that we was talking about, like how you end off if you talking to mad joints and then you find the one, how do you break it off when you talking with them?
Just disappeared.
That's what Lou said. Lou said stop calling.
The youngest and the oldest agree.
Change your number and shit.
Just change the number. Block.
They see you like, oh, what happened? Don't worry about it. Happened.
Don't worry about it. Mind your business.
So don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it.
Mind your business. Just mind your business.
Word. What else we talked about? We talked about a couple of things.
So about the Magic Johnson and AIDS and Magic Johnson
The Magic Johnson LeBron. Like if LeBron would have came out and said he wanted to be the next Magic Johnson, would he get criticized as much?
Also, if Magic Johnson finished his career out, how far up the GOAT conversation will he be?
If he never contracted AIDS, like how far will he be in the GOAT conversation? Will he be higher or anything like that?
I think, honestly, I'll probably say he might be. I can't say over Jordan because Jordan the GOAT for different reasons. It's not really basketball why he can go. Because
He's marketed perfectly.
Like he elevated like the basketball. Like he made basketball worldwide. Magic Johnson, if he'd have kept playing, he definitely would have been up there. It'd have been Magic or Jordan, niggas would have been saying.
Right.
Because you think about what he got 5 rings.
You got 5 of them things.
In the 80s.
5. He'd have never contracted the AIDS. He probably would have had 6 or 7.
I don't know. I think the Lakers is on a decline. That's why the Bulls beat them in 6. I don't know. Who knows?
But I had, and he was Magic.
Talking about that nigga, I wish he would have played the extra 2 years, man. Played with Kobe and Shaq.
Really played with Kobe and Shaq, it would have been lit.
He'd be further up the assist ladder too.
Nah, that's a fact. And that's the crazy shit. He missed what 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah.
And still, his assist is still crazy.
Yeah, he up there on that list.
But I don't think it comes down to like what you like when you go to like LeBron. If LeBron's gonna get compared to Jordan regardless.
But that's because he was idolizing Jordan
He won
his
23.
whole life. He won 23. If you come up and you saying I'm the next Magic Johnson and you wear Magic Johnson number, you feel what I'm saying? You not talking about Mike. They're gonna look at you as the next Magic Johnson. We never looked at him like that. We always looked at him as the next Mike. Like right now.
You got niggas like KD ain't never say nothing about Jordan. But
So he's smooth. He got a smooth transition.
He ain't one of the greatest.
But as soon as you compare him to him, what he say, don't compare me to Mike. LeBron don't say that. He accepts it. He say things like I'm the best in the world. Other niggas not saying that. So when you say these things, now that, you know what I'm saying, that's when you get criticized, when you're not doing these things that you're saying you're the next Michael Jordan. All right, well, take these game winners. Don't pass it. Feel me? But now if you're the next Magic, it just might be a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying as far as like when he make that pass, we not going to question the pass because he's the next Magic Johnson. He's not the next Michael Jordan. When you say the next Michael Jordan or you the next Kobe, we looking for you to take that shot. We looking for you to be that dog. That it factor.
I think basketball players, I think athletes need to stop coming out and saying they like comparing themselves to like whoever the best is at the time. Like,
just be you.
nah, not even that. If he came out and said he wanted to be the best basketball player ever,
Yeah.
you don't gotta compare yourself to the
You ain't gotta say nobody's name.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just be you.
You don't gotta be the nigga that like, yo, Jordan takes the last shot. So you as LeBron, you could be compared. You can say, yo, I want to be the best player, and that making the best play at the end of the game is also it's a good thing to do.
Facts.
Yeah.
Whoa, bro. Niggas about to wrap it up.
That niggas that some of that black magic.
Where's that? Right here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hell yeah. Word.
Yeah, we about to get a nice Vante plate. Vante!
Word. Oh man. I'm watching Harry Potter. What's this, episode 6?
Yo, you can talk a little more. Introduce yourself. You ain't a guest, bro.
Episode 6.
You ain't a guest, bro. It's episode 5.
Episode 5.
You know 4 was too
Where the
close.
camera at? This the working one?
Yeah, right there with the red light.
You heard?
You ain't a guest, bro.
Not a guess.
You ain't a guest, bro.
Nigga said they know me.
They know me.
They know me. Word.
This shit gonna be big.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Take a PTO career, man.
Hey yo, we gotta
You got to work 5 more episodes to get another PTO day off because you exhausted your hours.
Nah, start off with 5.
Yo.
Yo,
Go to the union.
yo, man, let's get better, man. We love you, bro.
Definitely. I'm gonna hit you up when I get to the crib. You got this. I thought we was gonna talk about the rule joint. Alright, bet. Alright, stay up, bro. Get better. Alright.
Yo, I forgot to tell you, I'm sorry. I'm a Pisces. And when the lights is off, I feel like you're the only one.
Woo, boss. But yo, episode 5.
Yes, you ain't a guest, bro.
You ain't a guest.
You ain't a guest, bro. You family.
Feel me?
Yo, so thank you, man. And please continue to, rock with us on this journey. Subscribe, hate, like, comment.
Spread the word. Whatever you
constructive
do,
criticism.
we take it
Follow
all.
us on everything. And we're available to speak, man. You can hit us in our DMs too, cause you know what I mean.
DM us in the comment section too. Give us some ideas, some conversations y'all want to hear about.
Yeah, you know, we open.
Questions, all that. We open for everything. Word.
And summer's over. We are now in cuffing season. Cuffing season lasts until about a little before.
Choose wisely.
No, I'm sorry. Choose up season lasts a little before Halloween. So you choose the person that you're going to cuff, so you can have at least 1 month in before you bring them to your family for Thanksgiving.
Choose wisely.
Choose up season.
Yo. So, black people, Spanish people, right? What do you prefer? Sofrito or Lowry's?
Depends on who's cooking.
Fucking with Sofrito. Bro.
Depends on who's cooking. So frito is like a little more stuff.
Sofrito or Lowry's, bro? Come on, bro.
Lowry's is a pack. So
a double.
Sofrito.
So a double or Lowry's?
I don't want neither. It's too much sodium. I want my toes. And I don't want high blood pressure either.
Oh my God.
But y'all remember, it's choose up season. Choose wisely. Choose who you want to cuff. Don't just choose a person off perception. Love yourselves, love each other. Thank you. And with that,
have a good night, y'all.
Dame Lillard, bye.